So everybody's going to read this book and start going through their, their work life and thinking, okay, giver, taker, matcher.
I actually think when people go around looking, around their workplaces, they're going to go, giver, matcher, 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 taker, matcher, 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 giver, because most people are matchers. The book is called Give and Take, and it's about why people rise to the top or sink to the bottom in organizations. What I found is there are these three sort of fundamental styles of interaction at work that exist in most industries and most cultures around the world, and I call them giver, taker, and matcher. I think you've probably encountered your share of takers over the years. The takers are the people who are trying to get as much as possible from other people and contribute as little as they can in return. And then on the other end of the spectrum, we have these people that I call givers, who actually enjoy contributing more to others than they receive in return.
How weird.
I know, it's very strange. Who would do that? But there is this breed of people who sort of walk around in their professional lives making introductions and offering mentoring and providing help, all without strings attached. Most people fall in the middle of that spectrum, and I call them matchers. And a matcher is basically somebody who walks around trying to maintain an even balance of give and take.
In your book, there are lots of stories, I know, about people who, do achieve great things by being givers. Maybe you could talk me through a little bit about how that works, because when I ran that theory by some friends of mine, they all thought, but those aren't the people I see at the top necessarily.
So if you look at salespeople or engineers or even medical students, the ones who are most inclined to help others are more likely to fail dramatically and also to succeed really big. Mm-hmm. One of the really big questions is, what do the givers at the top do? A lot of it actually has to do with what one of my favorite characters in the book calls the 5-minute favor. Looking for low cost to you but high benefit to others ways of contributing.
I love the idea of the 5-minute favor. It's totally appealing. However, in my experience, the 5-minute favor tends to turn into like a 20-minute favor that day, and then there's usually some follow-up.
This is something I've actually been trying to apply to my own life, having learned it from a bunch of people in the book. When somebody asks me for help, instead of saying, yes, I will help you right away, I will say, okay, is this something that I can actually add unique value in helping with? If not, let me see if I can connect you with someone else who can really contribute.
You're doing a favor to the person who needs the introduction, but maybe you're imposing on the person you're asking them to meet. I mean, how does that all work?
I try to make those asks frequently of givers. Mm-hmm. And I know that oftentimes what I hear back is, actually, hey, this was a really meaningful opportunity for me to help. Can you send me more like this? Sometimes also I'll actually send those requests to people who I know are more like matchers, who I've helped in the past. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't recommend doing 5-minute favors for everyone, right? Mm-hmm. I would ask, first of all, are you trying to help somebody who's a giver, a taker, or a matcher? And if the person is really a taker, you might want to be a little bit more cautious.
So how is it that so many takers end up so successful?
A lot of takers succeed in the short run, but not in the long run. Mm-hmm. So, trying to claim as much value from other people as possible is often a really efficient way to get things done, but it also tends to burn bridges. The world has gotten more connected, especially if you look at organizations. And so, there's this big relationship and reputation component of succeeding at work that perhaps was less salient before.
So as the world becomes more connected and social media is more prevalent, the reputational costs of being a taker are going to spread even more quickly than they maybe did 20 years ago. Is that the idea?
That's one of my predictions. Rob Willer has some studies on this at Berkeley. What he shows is that people actually go around trying to punish takers. Oh. So that, and one of the ways they do that actually is by gossiping and spreading negative reputational information to protect other people.
So in this way, gossip turns out to be an incredibly healthy, productive office activity?
It can be, yeah. So Rob and his colleagues actually talk about pro-social gossip and the idea that you can contribute to others through sort of protecting them or at least encouraging them to keep their guard up when somebody has been really self-serving in the past.